Hello, I am Jennifer Schmid, also known as Divinely Jennifer, because aren't we all just amazing children of the divine? I sure think so. And welcome back to part three of my short series called Astrology, Health, and Healing Through Grief. This is part three, the integration. This is three of three. And in this video, I'm going to share how learning to live in alignment helped me integrate a channeled vision that I thought was amazing and was a total bust into a clear, practical path that bridges astrology, health, and spiritual and physical healing called Via Rosa. If you've ever wondered how astrology connects with health, healing, and spiritual awakening, you are in the right place. Have you ever made something way more complicated than it needed to be, either by making an assumption about something or someone or overthinking the situation, and then everything got really messy? Yeah, me too. In my previous video from last week, I shared that in June of 2023, in the midst of a powerful life crisis, spiritual crisis, and awakening from my father's passing, I channeled a new paradigm I called the metaphysical rose, and it linked astrology, health, and healing. And I was super excited to share this new way of thinking with people because I could feel its power and how it was a total game changer from the ways that our culture usually separates astrology and health. Except it was a total bust. Yes, it was. And so even after I hired a designer to turn my rough sketch that I had scratched out into my journal into a really sexy graphic, I couldn't translate the metaphysical rose into something usable. I would struggle to describe how to apply it. And people would say, wow, that's neat, or, huh, you should write a book about it. But I couldn't help people in the way that I wanted yet. So, as painful as it was, I shelved it. I literally put the graphic up on my vision board and I prayed an intention that if it was meant to be, God would show me the way. And I know some of you might not like the word God. And if that's you, please substitute whatever words you use to describe this omnipotent source of love that watches over us all. God, source, creator, whatever works for you, totally good. But why couldn't I articulate what I was feeling and what I was seeing and what I wanted people to experience? In hindsight, I was making it too complicated, trying to see with my intellectual mind rather than what my heart and the divine wanted to show me. Truly, I was learning to live in alignment. And I know the word alignment can be a trigger for some. You're not in alignment. That's why it's not manifesting for you. No, 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 no. Let's get this straight here. It's not about fault. It's not about doing something wrong. To me, alignment means living in sync with my values, my divine plan, God, or with that omnipotent source. Don't get too hung up on that word, please. And nature's wisdom. It means trusting instead of chasing or forcing. Totally guilty of chasing. So many things in my life has never really worked out for me, just saying. So, really learning to trust instead of chasing or forcing, and knowing when to say yes without hesitation and how to say no without guilt. I think this is something that we women in particular really struggle with, is how do we say no without guilt? So I had a lot to learn about alignment and what that means. Over the last 6 months, though, leaning into alignment and no longer trying to strong arm the divine with my brain and my will, I'm going to do it. Oh, the metaphysical rose stopped being abstract art on my wall and evolved into something really gorgeous called Via Rosa. And it's a path that people can actually walk and embody. I am super excited to introduce Via Rosa to you in this video. So let's talk about what it is. Via Rosa is an entirely new way to read and embody your astrological birth chart that makes it practical and accessible, no matter if you're an astrology pro or you barely even know your sun sign. All good. It's for everybody. And it integrates heaven and earth into daily life to nourish our physical body and biology and the divine light within us. And one of the videos I'm going to make in the future is about how astrology doesn't have to go against religious beliefs. If you're Christian or you believe something else and you think astrology's wrong, we're going to go there, but I'm not going to get into it in this video. So stay tuned. And then Via Rosa also helps us to identify our botanical allies that support our well-being, cultivate our vitality, because this world likes to suck our vitality out of us, and navigate life's transitions in partnership with God and our highest self. So many of us have been going through a lot of transitions over really the last, I would say, 10 years more than anything. And so we can use Via Rosa as a way to navigate these transitions because it's a map of our divine design. So we always can orient towards our true north. Spoiler alert, we have more than one, no matter how confusing or chaotic the world around us. So like I said, I'm super excited to share this with you. What about you? What's going on with you? What feels complicated in your life right now that you want to simplify? Comment below and let me know. Sometimes naming it is the first step to clarity. And I promise I read and respond to all of your comments. And the good news is I'll be sharing everything that Via Rosa is and isn't on a free webinar called Bloom into Clarity on Thursday, September 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And yes, I made a mistake. I think I said in my last video, I might have said in my last video, it's Wednesday, September 4th. I meant Thursday. So if you're intrigued and you want the Zoom link, comment below or email me at hello@divinelyjennifer.com. And I'll be sending out reminders and the Zoom link this week. And if you're watching this after September 4th, no worries. Send me an email, hello@divinelyjennifer.com, and I'll send you the link to the recording. And then we can set up a call to answer your questions about it. Here is to finding simplicity on the other side of complication and trusting that if the divine can turn my overthinking into something as beautiful as Via Rosa, it can work wonders in your own life too. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment. You can join my mailing list at www.divinelyjennifer.com. I would love to partner with you in this crazy thing called life. So thank you so much for watching, making it all the way through, and I'm sending you so much love.